Hey guys, so as you can probably tell, the quality is a lot better this time. That's because I found out that I can rent DSLRs from my school's library, which is pretty cool. So I've got a Decon D3100 now. And so today I just wanted to make a short video talking about leaning forward in the low bar squat and what causes it, when it's fixable and when it's not. Because I've gotten a lot of comments on my Instagram because I tend to lean forward a lot. It looks more like a good morning than a squat, and a lot of people think it's easy to fix, and it's something that can be fixed in the first place, but I just want to talk about when it can't be fixed, when it can be fixed, and things that cause it, and also things that make it a little better. So let's get into it. Okay, so what kind of things allow you to lean forward less? The first is having an elevated heel. The second is greater ankle dorsiflexion. So if you have poor ankle mobility, you can fix this with the elevated heel. Having shorter relative femur length and a longer relative torso length. This is something you can't fix. Such as myself, I've got longer femurs relative to my torso, so that, along with squatting in a low bar position, which is another factor, already forces me to lean forward a lot more than someone with shorter femurs and a longer torso. A wider stance allows you to stay more upright. More abduction, meaning forcing your knees out more. Greater quad strength relative to your posterior strength. And the increased intent to target knee extensors, being the quads. So again, that involves using a higher bar position, forcing your knees out more, and that kind of thing, having an elevated heel. For the next portion, let's go bother Sophia while she does math homework. This focuses on my face. This camera doesn't have a screen that you can turn forward, so I can't see myself and tell if I'm focused. Almost there. We'll make it. Oh yes. Well, look at that tattoo. Dude, you added.
I know. They have French onions?
Are
you filming yourself?
I am.
Why?
Because I have to finish my video.
Oh, you were just like standing there. Were you going to say something or?
Yeah, but you were talking to me. Okay, so now for the factors that contribute to more forward lean. Basically the opposite of the previous list. So if you have no heel elevation, restricted ankle mobility, longer femur length relative to your torso length, a narrower stance, less abduction, so having your knees come in more, a lower bar position. Like I was saying before, squatting low bar like most powerlifters do already puts you at a disadvantage, so-called disadvantage, because you're going to be forced to lean forward more as opposed to having a high bar position. And then greater relative gluteal strength and increased intent to target the hip extensors. So again, greater gluteal strength. So as you'll see, a lot of these factors are things that you can't really change. I mean, you can change bar position, but generally you're going to be more powerful in the low bar, so you can't really change that. But things you can change are your elevated heel. You can adjust your ankle mobility with an elevated heel. You cannot change your femur length and longer relative torso length, I'm just reading it off my phone. You can't change your relative femur length, and this is the biggest contributing factor to whether or not you're going to lean forward, and it's the biggest factor for people like myself that have long femurs relative to the torso. Like you can see when I squat, it basically just looks like a good morning. And a lot of people think that you can easily fix that by bracing your core more or engaging your glutes, but that doesn't really make any sense because in order to do the squat, you have to do those things to begin with. So, but you can adjust a few things. You can adjust your stance, and the amount that you force your knees outward. Sophia's laughing at me saying stance. But even things like your stance, you can only adjust that to a certain degree because people have different hip geometry. So you're not really, like someone might be able to squat with a really wide stance, but then someone with different hips can't. I work better with a narrower stance, so that's again something that contributes to me leaning forward more. So I hope that this video was educational and that you were able to learn about what kind of things cause more forward lean, and hopefully I will be receiving less comments on my Instagram telling me to stop leaning forward because it's not that simple. So let's go eat. Working hard or hardly working?
Both.